in here. It's getting tight. Whoa, I hit my hand. Forgot I don't have full wrap handguards.
Hey, super quick, if you're watching this video before the end of 2022, you still have a chance to win my 2023 KTM 300 XC TBI and my 2022 KTM 300 XCW. I've given away like 26 or 27 of these bikes, I don't even know now. And you can enter to win before the end of the year if you go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com. You can grab yourself anything on the site and get entered to win. You can also use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV and you'll get entries that way. So do this before the end of the year.
Ender, what? You needed a little more speed.
You know, for as little as these boys ride, at least with me, and Connor in front of me, he's on that KTM 85. He rides a bit with his friends, kind of out, you know, bombing around on the hills or whatever. But Case behind me right here, he has hardly ridden. I think he's probably ridden his dirt bike 3 times this year. We're just so busy with basketball and other things that he doesn't get out a lot. But it's always amazing to me how well they do. Now, Case he's the one right here that I'm filming, taking a picture of. He did have a little bit of a get off later in the day. It's not going to show up in this video. I don't know if I'll show it or not, but he had the bike kind of like, he powered out on a hill and then the bike came down after him, and it was just a fluky thing where the bike pounded him in the back. Like the front tire came around and flipped over and pounded him in the back. But the kids, actually, it's amazing how well they do with even the little amount of riding that we do. So we had to, this was one of those ones where the boys said, hey, can we go riding dirt bikes over the Christmas break? Because they've got a couple weeks off school. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So here in Utah, the weather has just been kind of crappy as far as crappy for dirt biking. And so it's been either raining or snowing basically every day for a month. You'd think our mountains would have a ton more snow than they do. We're having a better snow year, but we're still not having like the greatest snow year ever. But based on what the weather is around my house, you would think we're having like this amazing snow year, because we can't really do any dirt biking, which has been frustrating. Unless you drive. And so we drove 4 hours one way this day. So I spent 8-9 hours on the truck because we, got down to the place, drove for 4 hours, rode. We were here for 3.5-4 hours, and then we turned around and drove back. So it's a long day for me as a dad, but it's fun to get out. And then it was actually stinking cold. It never really got above about freezing, 31, 32, maybe 34 degrees. And so we were kind of bundling up and everything. But we did have a ball. So some of what we did here was kind of down in these ravines. And then we also got up on some of the splines, which maybe you'll see a little bit later in the video. And then we also just did some free riding out in the middle of, these areas. And it's an open riding OHV area that we were at, doing some hill climbs and stuff. And Connor, he's in the front right here. You just saw him bump over that thing. He's going to be moving up to a full-size bike fairly soon. He's about 5'5", and so we've got a 2023 KTM 125 XC. We brought it here. I actually didn't get any footage of him riding it. So the first part of the day, we rode the 80. He was riding the 85, and then the second part of the day, he rode the 125 XC, and he absolutely loved it. We didn't get in some of the more technical stuff. And so it was fine because it's harder for him to get his foot down. Once I think it gets to be about 5'6", he'll be a little bit more comfortable on it. Certainly 5'7", and then he will be absolutely good to go. But had a ball with the boys.
I'm gonna have to take this jacket off if we're gonna be down here in these little washes like this, going slow. gets pretty dang tight down in here. I hit my hand on the way up on the wall. Didn't feel great. It's cool though, huh? Nice one, buddy. That was awesome. I loved how you just saw that at the last second and jumped off of it. That's good. That's good instinct, you know. That's a better thing to do than just like drop the front wheel off, you know. Especially if it had been like a foot higher, because you could go over the bars. That one you probably wouldn't have gone over the bars either way, but if it gets higher than that and you don't do something like that, because you'd be on the brakes so hard to try to stop, it's like by the time you see it there, you don't really have time to stop. And if you try to stop, you'll probably go over the bars, over the obstacle. So the better thing to do is what you just did by instinct, which is just hit the gas and jump it. So that's good, buddy. All right, let's just look for anything fun you guys want to do.